Hey guys, it's been a little bit since I've talked to you. Holidays and whatnot, so my last update video actually should have been last week, but that was the Thursday before Christmas, and I had Friday and Monday off for the Christmas holidays, but we were doing everything Christmas-wise outside of the house on Saturday. So that meant that Friday I had to make 2 cakes and chop veggies for a vegetable tray. And, also still have a day off because I hate wasting time off. So, on stuff that needs to be done. I would rather do stuff that I want to do rather than stuff that needs to be done, because that's how I operate. But Thursday night we actually ended up running a ton of errands because I did not intend to do it Friday and make 2 cakes and chop veggies. So we ran all of our errands on Thursday night. And then I did a bunch of stuff on Friday for Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve was from, I would say probably 7 a.m. and we didn't get home until 9 p.m. And we had 3 different stops. So it was pretty busy. Christmas Day, we stayed home and we didn't go anywhere. It was wonderful. And I'm pretty sure that we'll be doing the same thing Monday, which is the day after New Year's Day, because that's the day that my husband and I both have off. Tonight we'll be going to my aunt and uncle's house. I don't think that we'll be there till midnight just because nobody wants to drive on amateur night. So, especially at midnight or shortly thereafter. So I don't think that we'll stay there all night. And tomorrow afternoon we are getting together with a couple of friends and we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. So actually later today I have to create my character. I've already created one, but I feel like I didn't know enough at the time. So we'll see. I'm a high elf. I don't know what that really means except for that I like elves. I don't know if that was a poor decision or not. We'll find out. The guys that we're playing with I don't know that they've played a lot recently, but they are old school nerds. So I think the last edition that they said they played was 2nd edition, and I think they're on 5th or getting ready to release 5th. But it's going to be a ton of fun no matter what. Tonight I am making a big crock, I think it's 3 quarts, of buffalo chicken dip, which I don't typically make because my husband does not do spicy in the least little bit, and buffalo, anything to him is considered spicy. So there's that, and I'm excited about that. We'll probably play Monopoly. We do board games a lot when we go down there, so that's probably what we'll be doing. I may need to take a nap before that happens, but I also have to edit this and then put that up. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't had a lot of time to stitch. I haven't stitched since Tuesday night, and I am just like, I don't even know how to put it into words. But Wednesday night, I think, Wednesday night, I ended up, my husband wanted to go to bed early because he had worked his butt off Tuesday too. This man did all of my Christmas dishes because we don't have a dishwasher. So it was like 2 sinks plus for, KitchenAid utensils, all the stuff that it takes to make homemade cinnamon rolls. Oh, that's the other thing that I did Friday. I made homemade cinnamon roll dough. So all of that, plus the cake stuff, plus, like he said, it probably took him an hour and a half to do all those dishes. Then he cleaned my bathroom, the toilet, the tub, the trash can. What else did he do? Oh, and he realigned our garage door in like 4 hours. He did all of that stuff. So he was pretty tired Tuesday night, so we went to bed kind of early Wednesday, and I was like, I'll finish reading my book when he goes to sleep, because it's 8:30. I'm not going to sleep. That's too early. I'm not that old. I fell asleep clutching my Kindle and my iPhone to my chest. Work is mentally draining me. I mean, it is, it's horrible. We have too many changes going on, and too much to do, and not enough people to do it, not enough hands to do the work, and by the time I get home, I am just like exhausted, but insisting that I continue to do the things that I would normally do under normal circumstances. So like stitch or read or, you know, any number of things. Not Wednesday night. Nope. Wednesday night I laid down, and that's the other thing, is that I am sleeping, and I am sleeping hard. Like, normally I could tell you, I remember my dreams, I remember a lot of it. The last month or so, nope. I go to sleep and I don't wake back up. I don't wake up until it's time to get up. There are not very often anyway, and you know, nightly bathroom trips. It's just hard sleeping. So, I'm hoping, well, as far as work goes, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So I'm hoping to get on some kind of schedule for home, and it's going well. I'm not gonna. It's not like a Debbie Downer situation. Things will get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So, but that's not why you're here. You're here for cross-stitch stuff. And we are like 7 minutes in. So, Stitch from Stash starts tomorrow. Kind of scared. And I don't know why I'm scared, because it's not... I wouldn't say that I spend a ton of money on stuff, but I feel like by doing this, I am not allowing myself to do... Like, I'm not allowing myself to buy anything. But that's not what it is. My budget's $20. And I don't have to count my fabric of the month, which I'm down to one. So that's $25 a month. I think what scares me is that I will have to actually know what it is I'm spending. Like, I could drop out of the project and not do it, but that's not the point. It's not the point. In fact, today I was this close to kitting up a mirabilia. But when I went back in to see how much it would be between the beads and the shipping and any specialty floss, I don't even know if they need specialty floss, just to see how much it would be, because the last time I did it, it was about $60, just to see how much it would be from 1, 2, 3 stitch. And I went to go do that, and the pattern wasn't there. They were out of stock, and apparently when they're out of stock, they also don't include any of the options to kit up. It was like a sign, like, you don't need this, don't do it. So I didn't, and that felt good. I walked away from a $60 purchase. I already have enough to keep me busy for an entire year, but it was the thought that $60 on a $20 a month budget does not allow for a lot of kitting up of those kinds of projects. But the whole point is to finish some of the stuff that you have and then reward yourself for that after it's done. So I'm okay with that. So, like, that's my first success story from Stitch from Stash, and it doesn't even start until tomorrow. So, yeah. I only have 2 whips to show you, mainly because I got really, really into stitching my Heaven and Earth design, and I didn't want to give it up, which is good. And then the other one, because I'm not stitching anything else until it's done. I'll go into it when I show you. I'm not going to tell you about it now. So the first one that I've worked on since the last time that I saw you, I told you I was going to put Giant Harry Potter back on the Q-snaps, because I actually had to go back and see what I had told you, because I didn't remember. And I told you I was going to put Harry Potter back on the Q-snaps. That did not happen. I haven't touched giant HP since I finished up the pewter braid. And it might be the pewter braid, and that's the reason why I didn't want to pick it back up, because it was showing through the doubloon. And I can't decide if that's something that I want to fix, because I certainly am not going to start and stop. At least I say I'm not. Anyway, I haven't picked it up since the last time we talked. That's a discussion for another day. Now, I think the reason that I enjoyed, oh, just so y'all know, my husband's going to be coming in the back door at some point. I think the reason that I didn't want to put down my Heaven and Earth design is because I've learned so many different techniques for it. I don't know. And this is what it looked like last time that we talked. And this is what it looks like now. So I have made, I couldn't tell you how many stitches. The last time I showed you, it was like 1,600 stitches, and I don't even know where I'm at now. But once I got into seeing the details of the book come out, and I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like a jewel. I love it. I want to pick it up again. Maybe. There we go. That's better. And you can see the details in the curtain. Now, I know this is a mini curl up with a good book, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artist is Richard Spangler. And this is what the finished piece will look like when I'm done.
Chapter 2, back door open.
Hubs is home. But anyhow, so I learned a lot about parking in this technique, and how to do it really successfully. But I also learned waist knots. But then I also learned, after learning about waist knots, about not knotting it and just running with the strands. So in case you've not done it, which I might be like the last one to the party, but hey babe, he's camera shy. But this is what the back of my work looks like. Yeah, it's all nice and neat up here, but when you're talking about 60 or 70 different colors and one 100 stitch square, it's a lot of flipping of your work. I ain't doing that. Not doing it. So that's what it looks like, and I'm okay. It kind of makes it feel more like a tapestry than cross stitches. Like it's got a thickness to it, and I don't know, I'm cool with that. It's also a mini, and I've heard people say that the minis do lose detail because obviously they're not as big. They don't have all that space to work with all that detail. Are you coming in? Okay. I'm doing my thing. On top of all that, he cooks. And that's what he's doing now. Yeah, I got lucky. Okay. So there's that one. And then the other one that I'm going to show you is actually still on the Q-snaps, because this is the one that I was not going to go into detail about earlier. I started this one in October of 2015, and it was for a friend, and I told her that it would take a while because at the time I wasn't cross-stitching regularly. Well, crud. There we go. And when I say I wasn't cross-stitching regularly, I wasn't. Maybe on the weekend when I felt like doing it. I wasn't really into it the way that I'm into it now. So when I started this time, this is where I was at. And I don't know. Crap. It's not been my day. Let me get it all up in your face. Okay. And this is where I'm at now. So it's kind of hard to see with that key snap on there, or the ground guard. Makes a shadow. Okay, that's better. And so when I started, I had just done Ludo's face. This is, I guess that's kind of important information, isn't it? The mini curl up is actually just done on an antique white 25 count Lugana, so nothing overly spectacular about that one. But this is a Labyrinth pattern from Etsy, which I will link down below if it's still available. I did purchase it some time ago. And I really probably should have taken it off the Q-snap. That's okay. It'll be a surprise when you see it next time. But it uses Sarah's power line. And I don't know where it starts because it's not the whole thing. Oh, yeah, it is. I thought it wasn't. And I think it edits part of it, though. I really don't think that it's the whole thing. But it starts off with Through Dangers Untold and Hardships Unnumbered. I fought my way here to the castle beyond the Golden City. That's the part that I think that it edits a little bit, because then it jumps to For My Kingdom Is As Great and my something, I don't know. I've watched the movie a million times. I'm just blanking right now, and the more that I try to think about it, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna remember it. So Ludo's completely done. He was my hill in this pattern. He's huge. I mean, Ludo's just a big guy. He is. And he is a lot of the same color. So he was my hill. He's the reason that I pretty much stopped working on it the last time, and because it is for a friend, and she is moving pretty soon, actually. Her husband was accepted into nursing school, so they are moving. I really feel like I need to get this done. I don't know that I'm going to finish it because they are in the middle of transition, and I just feel like if I frame it for her, that it's something that is probably going to either get damaged, or it's going to be harder for her to keep with her, because I doubt that they stay down there. They'll just be down there while he's at school. And then we have Hoggle, and then Sarah, and this is where I kind of had a hissy fit and then also kind of didn't. When I work on a character like this, the way that I do this, I take out whatever flosses that I have kitted up that are called for in that one character. So like, these are her shoes and her hair. And so I take out, so like they're a handful of colors, 5 or 6. And I put them in my IKEA cart at the top so I can just grab them instead of having to sift through every color in the pattern, which is in its project bag. I don't know what I did or where, I can't even tell you where I got the floss from, because I couldn't find it after I realized my mistake. But I had stitched most of the, actually I had gotten all the inside of her shirt and her right arm, and it was the wrong color. It was supposed to be this like a creamy color, creamy yellowy color for Hoggle, and it ended up being like a slightly darker tan than her vest. I really have no idea where it came from. So it got frogged out, and then I stopped and worked on another thing. So, but the needle minders, this one is from Nifty Needle Nannies, and it's Jareth and Sarah. And then that one is from Delicious Threads. So, and the fabric is Grace from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. 28 count Lugana. It's my go-to size and fabric type. So that was a lot of fun. Sorry about that, but Hubs came in and we had something that we needed to deal with, and so we dealt with it. So now I'm back. He has gone to the grocery store. I'm telling you, the man is awesome. He even goes and gets his own groceries. So, I had just finished telling you about Labyrinth, and that was really all I needed to tell you about. I had just finished up with the telling you what fabric it was, so now we can move on to the best part. And he's gone, so I don't have to use a filter. It's the small things in life, I'm telling you. So the thing that I am like singularly, well, okay, it's been like 3 weeks since I've told you about anything, so I assume this is the most exciting thing in my stash. I could be wrong, but it's gonna be a game changer for me, and I'm super excited. And it is a, it says a Stand 3D, I don't know, but basically what it does is it holds your iPad, or in my case, an iPad mini. So Stitch Mania, I swear to God, best group of enablers ever, hands down. So I saw somebody had their, I stitch mostly from my iPad, and that's where my working copies go. And most of my digital patterns, in fact, most of my patterns are digital. I don't have a lot of charts that I've actively worked on. So everything goes on my iPad. If he finds one more way to interrupt this video, I'm going to kick his butt. I don't know how y'all do it with children. Patience of a saint, I'm telling you. So anyway, I don't even know where I was. I don't even know how I'm going to edit it. It may just be a bunch of smushed together words. But I took this, and it is now on my Lowry stand. Somebody had posted in Stitch Mania that they were using this. And like I said, I stitch everything from my iPad. And when you have your frame in front of you, it's very difficult, or you're constantly stretching your neck one way or the other to look at your pattern. So it is now on my Lowry stand, and this is what it looks like. I can't wait to start actually using that. I took that picture just so that I had it for the video. I haven't actually actively used it, so I can't really tell you what it's like. I'll tell you about it next time. So, there's that. Then, we went to Hobby Lobby. Gosh, it's been since the beginning of December since, ooh, I kicked the table, since I've done an update video. So I have a bunch of goodies to show you. A bunch of goodies. Some of them I've apparently already used and put away. So, I'm just going to... Alright, so the first goodie is actually what I just took all of the goodies out of. It is a box from Hobby Lobby. So, the fun thing about that, if I can get everything situated, is one of the harder things of being particular and being, and that's being generous, is that you have to do everything right then. You can't just set it to the side. Like, that doesn't exist for people. There we go. So, I quickly found out that I have too many things in my IKEA cart to actually store my whips. Active whips. So, well, this one isn't even really a whip, it's a finish. That needs to go away. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't like that. So it holds my whips, and then also it holds my haul. So at the end of the week, or when I get ready to film, or 2 weeks I guess, I just grab my box and go from there. So now that my haul has been emptied out, it should be put away. So, put the box back where it goes over here. And then we can get to the haul. So, first off, finally, well, I say finally, I don't know how long I've had them because it's been a hot minute since I've done a video. The fox obsession has infected all of FlossTube, I swear. FlossTube, Instagram, the stitching community at large. I had a needle minder order come in from Nifty Needle Nannies, and it had a fox on the outside. And then these are my needle minders, and that's really I live in the Midwest. Lighting is not easy. I mean, there's a bunch of light behind me, but if I opened that curtain, it would be crazy bright. So, we do what we can, right? So anyway, we have the Bumbles Bounce, and then Hermie, and then 2 buttons, and I don't know if I can get them close enough to read, but this says I cross stitch so I don't kill people, and I actually have a pattern, I think from Etsy, or Clouds Factory, maybe it's Clouds Factory, that says the same thing, and it's so true. And then I used to tell this to people at work, and they would get a little uncomfortable, but it says cross stitch when you want to stab something 1,000 times, and it's so true. I would tell people that I cross stitch. I forget how strong her magnets are. That I cross stitch because it's therapeutic to stab something over and over and over again. I don't think they thought it was funny as I did. These are strong little magnets, but I love it. Let's see if I can get this one closer so you can see it. Nope, it's not gonna focus. Even if I try touching it here, it is not gonna focus. I would film with my iPad, but the audio is just, it doesn't work. So, I had an order from 123 Stitch come in, and whenever I have an order, and it was a small order, not really, that's a lie, it was about $25, but actually probably a little bit more than that, but I always try to add Thread Heaven, and I swear I probably have like 6 containers of this stuff running around, so nothing really exciting. And then I put a brand new blob in my Abby Bella Stitch container, and now it wants to put all of the light over in the place that I touched it. So I'm sorry if you can't really see things. I'm trying. Got another order from Stormborn Boutique on Etsy, and I have an 11 by 11 grime guard in the Disney princesses. I love this. Look at that. Cinderella's carriage. Love it. Grime guards just kind of get stuck down there. And then it came with its the needle minder that she sends with her orders. And then also been using my Q snaps until my Millennium frames get here. Let's see, I called Needle Needs on Thursday. So I called them November 18th and paid the remainder of my order because I only gave them the deposit in August when I placed the order because I knew it was going to be a little bit. So November 18th, I paid the remainder of what was owed. Then I called on December 15th to see if it was any closer, since we had discussed that the remainder needed to be paid, and then he told me that they would start processing, and I got an email pretty much right away saying that they were processing the order. And then I called again on Thursday to see. At that point, he did know me by name, and I was told that it should be ready to ship within the next 3 to 4 days. So, and then once it, ships, it doesn't take long. So hopefully mid-January, maybe I'll have something to show you. Pretty excited, pretty stoked. I was kind of debating on whether or not I should have purchased, because I got the smallest stretcher bars, the 8 to 10 inches. And I was kind of debating on whether or not I should have gotten the next step up, which is like 15 to 17. But then I remembered that most of the Q-snaps that I use are 11 inches tall, so it should be pretty close to what I'm used to working on. So anywho, that's an update on that. And then I got this little tiny grime guard. Super tiny. It's a Pokemon. There are no full Pikachu. Oh, there it is. Full Pikachu. He's my favorite. And I know that's probably just because of the cartoon, but damn it, he's cute. And then the corresponding needle minder. So, there is. Oh, and Eevee. Yeah. I saw somebody on Stitchmania today did a evolution of Eevee. She's a cutie. And it's for my little tiny 6x6. Okay. So then, also in the order from 1, 2, 3 Stitch with the Thread Heaven, I suppose I could look at that. I got a, it doesn't say, I think this is a 5-inch, maybe, hoop with the metal bit. Oh. Well. Lesson number 1. I don't know how to work this. I can't get it to go back in. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting when it comes time to actually use it. The reason I went with hoops, considering I have Q-snaps and Millennium frames coming, is because I do want to, in 2017, start stitching at work on my lunch break. There we go. Help to remove the tag. And I don't have a lot of space, so the hoops seem like a good idea. And I can easily remove these. The Q-snaps, I don't know. I'm lazy, maybe. I hate taking something off of a Q-snap if I'm going to be continuing it. I only like to take it off if I'm changing my project. So this seemed like a better way to go. Then I'm glad I had ordered 2 different sizes because I was thinking that I was going to stitch on this size. Super freaking tiny. I don't know if I'm ever going to use this. But I ordered this as well. So I think this is the 3-inch and I think this is the 5-inch. So I will end up kitting together one of my, I think the one that I'm going to do, I'm serious, I'm going to take Sparkly Unicorn to work. It's the pattern from Peacock and Fig that says, don't be a miserable cow when you can be a sparkly unicorn. I have a few miserable cows over, but doesn't everybody? Sometimes I am the miserable cow. And then I also got, unfortunately, not in time for Christmas, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, that comes off. Covering Santa's face. It's not cool, man. There we go. They're plastic canvas, I think is what it's called. Is that what it's called? Yeah, plastic canvas ornaments. And Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a family tradition in our family. And my parents divorced 4 years ago. 4 years ago in October. And my dad had a hard time with it. Not really going to go into it, but this is the first year that he's had a real tree, and real trees were big for him. We had real trees my entire life growing up. And this year he had a real tree in his house for Christmas. And so I had intended to hopefully have these done in time for Christmas, but I didn't end up getting them until like just not even a week before. So I didn't open it, but it came with one sheet of plastic canvas. And like I said, it was a big thing for my entire family. So when we were at Hobby Lobby, I went ahead and purchased, I think 4 sheets is actually what it is, of plastic canvas. So I have those as well. They are not clear like what comes in the kit. It's white because that's all they had. But it works. I'm cool with that. So that means I can make one for myself. I can make one for my mother. I can make one for my sister, who will have her baby in February. So her first child's Christmas will be next. Her child's first Christmas is what I meant to say. I'm just graphic from time to time. So her child's first Christmas will be next Christmas. So I think I will stitch these throughout the year. Let's see, there's 6 of them, and I want to make 4 sets at least. So that's 24. So that means I need to do 2 characters a month. Maybe those will be my work projects instead. That's a lot of ornaments. We'll see. But that's the intent anyway. Let's see. I think we're just down to fabric, and I'm not taking them out of the plastic because I don't want to put them back in. So, I did get my last Sparklies fabric of the month, and oh my god, I love this. She doesn't name her fabric or her colors, but this is an 18 by 27 piece of 28 count Brittany, which is 28 count Lugana, and it is this wonderful minty color. It's not really showing up as, it looks more gray on the screen than it actually is, but it's more of a mint color, and I was so stoked when I got it in the mail because I thought I wanted mint for something. I was going to try to dye it myself. Can't remember what it was for. Can't remember what I wanted it for. So I'm gonna either hold on to it until I remember, or, you know, I'll find a use for it. It's mint green. It's gonna be pretty versatile. In fact, it would probably work if it's big enough. If it's a big enough piece, it'll work for either of the 2 patterns that I actually just remembered that I had, because I just picked them up from the P.O. box today. And then this is my second, oh, husband's back home. Just picked this up. This is, sorry, no. This is my second fabric of the month. Maybe 3rd. I can't remember. But I love being a member of Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. Oh my lord, my mouth is moving faster than my brain today. So anywho, this is called Winter Wishes, and it's like this, to be honest, it almost looks purpley. It's like a grayish purple. Or at least that's what mine looks like. I'm sure I'll find something for it. It's an 18 by 26 piece of 28 count Lugana. And I'm really kind of excited for the next one that she just posted. I think it's something like ice crystals, maybe. I can edit it out, so if you want to say something, you can say it. Okay. I hate it when I forget to do that. So anywho, from 1, 2, 3 stitch, I was enabled by Stitch Mania again. You guys are horrible. Ooh, that's a lot of it. Okay, you can see that we're good. So, I saw this pattern and I freaking love it. This is probably one of my favorite sayings from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Love, love, love this pattern. It says, Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more. And that is without a doubt my favorite saying. So when I saw that pattern, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing around It's happening in the cart. And, you know, as you do to justify shipping. And Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff should be pretty excited about this. I know I am. It's my first Mirabilia. And one of my, I think it was my last FlossTube, she asked when I was going to start my first Mira. And I don't think I actually own a single Mira. No, I do, obviously. Christmas in London. When I saw somebody stitching this on Stitch Mania, I knew that this was probably, because I know this is going to seem like blaspheme, but I don't really like the mermaids. They don't do it for me. And this is the first one that I saw. It is her dress. I am a dress hewer. I'm purposely mispronouncing that. I love fancy dresses, and I love her dress. Love it, love it. So I don't know how complicated it is in the realm of Mira difficulty. I don't care. So, yeah, once, and story, like, FOMO, for real, I bought this because I was like, oh, you know, I really should do a Mira, because I don't know, it's like peer pressure, I feel like I should, and I really love this pattern, so, like, it's not a hardship, but, I don't know, so in order to justify the purchase of this, which was 100% going to happen, I went ahead and got this because I'd been holding off for a few months. And today, I sold my Kindle on eBay, and I was going to go and, because tomorrow, Stitch from Stash, I was going to see how much it was to kit up, because I thought that the last time that I looked it was like $60, but I couldn't remember if that was with the pattern and the fabric or just the pattern. And it's gone. They're out of stock. And apparently on 123 Stitch, I don't know if I told this story earlier, but apparently they don't, I think I did. I'm repeating myself, but apparently they don't, you can't just click the accessories or whatever it is you need, when they don't have the pattern. It was like a sign. You don't need to do this right now. So, this is happening at some point. I'm just not sure when. I'm just glad that I got the pattern before it sold out. I don't know that it's, I mean, I don't think it's out of print, but 123 Stitches certainly doesn't have it right now, as of this morning. So that is it. Ooh, things are going. That is it for the haul. As far as books go, I started and finished since we talked last time, The Woman in Cabin 10 by, I think it's Ruth Weir. It's alright. I did have a hard time putting it down. I did find it a little bit predictable. Not the biggest part of the plot twist, but like after the plot twist was revealed, I had a pretty good idea what was happening or going to happen. And I was right. So it kind of takes the fun out of it when you know what's going to happen. That's just what I'm still working on Winter Blaze. I don't know why, because I was really, really excited for Poppy and, I've completely blanked on his name. Poppy and her husband's story, but I'm having a hard time reading in general, so I don't know. I put it down and I haven't picked it back up. And then I'm also reading a book of Downton Abbey sayings. And I'm kind of just working through that because you can only take so much of that at a time. Oh, 2 more things for the haul. I lied. I got a pair of these from Hobby Lobby and then fell so much in love with them. Let's see if I can, again, I really don't think I'm going to be able to get it to focus. But they're really intricate, kind of ornately detailed. I'm not like super ornate because that makes it sound like, I don't know, like I'm snobby or something. But they were $15 and I got them for 40% off, so they were like $10 at Hobby Lobby. They're sharp little suckers too, man. So then I ordered a second pair for work stuff. And then, because some of those fabrics can get kind of blurry when you wear contacts or glasses. I wear contacts. I bought cheaters. I think they were like 1.75 magnification, but I can't wear them, and I totally do the like old librarian thing, because like I'll stitch and then I'll watch TV, but I don't want to move my head. So sexy times. Valiant. Plans for stitching. I know I completely just like diverted off of the books, but I was pretty much done talking about those. Plans. Tomorrow I am starting the regular sized treasure hunt bookshelf. I have the mini going on, and then I wanted to start a regular sized Haid just so I could kind of tell the difference, because if I don't like the way that the mini stitches up, I don't want to continue to invest in minis. I like the idea of minis because of the less amount of time that it takes, like being half the size or a quarter of the size. I think my mini pattern is, let's see, six full pages and 3 partial pages. So, and this is like 40. So, I mean, huge difference when you're talking about time investment. But if I don't like the look of the mini, I don't want to waste my time. So I'm going to do 1 full size and 1 mini at the same time, and then I'll kind of decide from there. I also thought about doing these 2 strands of the half stitch, because the way that I've seen people, like, I can't tell the difference. I mean, I'm sure I could while I'm stitching it or while I'm really close to looking to it, but when you show it in a video or a picture, I can't tell that there aren't 2, you know, a full cross. So I'm kind of just like playing with the idea. I don't know. Like, and I hate that takes half the time. Oh, yeah, sign me up. I'm interested. So that is my New Year, New Start for tomorrow. And I'm only going to work on it for the 1 day because I am serious when I say I need to finish this. All I have left is Sarah, and then Sir Didymus, and then Ambrosia, and then some more words. My kingdom is as great, and my something as strong, and my will is as strong. You have no power over me. So I've got those words left, and then there's like 3 goblins, and then Jareth, and then 3 goblins, and then I'm done. I'm so close, like I'm over halfway. I'm ready. So hopefully I'll have that finished by the next time we talk. If I finish it, then I'll probably pick up Giant Harry Potter because it's a stitch along, and I feel, not that I need to, I mean I want to, but I really feel like I need to work on that. So it'll either be Giant Harry Potter or Mini Curl Up or the Lakeside Fantasy Stitch Along, but it's all going to be from Stash because starting tomorrow it's got to be from Stash. I have a $20 budget and I got to work, or I may take like the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover thing and start with the whip that's the smallest amount to do, and then kind of just work my way up and do 1 whip at a time or 2 whips a month, because I feel like I actually get to see a decent amount of progress when I talk to you guys. So maybe I'll start with Woodland Creature samplers, because I think I'm on the September block. So that's September, October, November, just 4 blocks. I could probably finish that in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And it's not a full finish, so it's not a full start to finish, so I don't think that I can do the full $15 credit when I only have, or however much it is for a finish. I can't remember how much it is, but I don't feel like I can award myself the full amount when I have 2/3 of it done. So is it 2? Yeah, 2/3. I have 1/8, so maybe $5 for that finish. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Happy stitching. Let me know what you're working on, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.